The world's ugliest dog contest, a celebration of unique beauty. Let's get to it, guys. The world's, so worlds, you can say Earth's, planets, or globes. These are all synonyms. Ugliest, we can say most repulsive, most unsightly, most hideous, most unappealing. See, ugliest, you don't put most before it. You just say ugly, uglier, ugliest. But some adjectives in English, you have to put most before them. Now, the antonyms of ugliest, I wrote under. Most beautiful, most attractive, most lovely. Or you can just say prettiest. That's the antonym for ugliest. And if you look in the picture, this dog is kind of ugly, but almost like cute ugly. And I think that's why it won the contest. Let's keep going. Dog, you can say canine. And this is good because in the story, you'll see down here, they use the word canines. So now you can know, okay, when I see dog, it means canine. Canine is a special word we use to describe dogs and wolves. Like in English, we have the word feline. That could describe lions, tigers, cheetahs, cats. So you can learn different vocabulary just by this one word here, okay? So, contest. Competition, event, and game are the synonyms. A celebration, festivity, commemoration, festival, or party of unique beauty. So let's look at unique first, okay? Unique, the synonyms are special, unusual, distinct, distinctive, one of a kind, unconventional, and different. Those are all the synonyms. Under the word, I wrote the antonyms. Normal, typical, customary, common, standard, ordinary, or conventional. So conventional beauty is what people normally think of as beautiful. Like if you buy a magazine and there is a woman on the cover, normally it's a beautiful woman, right? That's conventional beauty. And it's important you see this because if you come down here, we have the word conventional, and I put it in green because we already talked about it, okay? So I will do that as we go. Now, come over here to beauty. Beauty, you can say prettiness, that's the noun for beauty, attractiveness, charm, allure, fascination. The antonyms would be ugliness or repulsion, okay? So let's get to it. I will read paragraph 1. The world's ugliest dog contest is an annual event that draws attention to canines that may not fit conventional beauty standards, but are undeniably charming. Traditionally held in Petaluma, California, the contest has become popular all over the world, even inspiring similar events in other countries, including the UK. The competition aims to celebrate the unique beauty of dogs, often overlooked by potential adopters. So let's go back and talk about what we just read. The world's, and I said this earlier, right? If it's in green, we already talked about it. We already had worlds, we already had ugliest, we already had dog, and we already had contest. So we don't need to talk about these words again. The world's ugliest dog contest is an annual or yearly event that. So, the point of my channel is to teach you grammar through synonyms, antonyms, and reworded sentences. You can see I have underlined this because I reworded it. So you just read it through. The world's ugliest dog contest is an event that happens annually and draws attention to canines. That's how we do this, okay? So the world's ugliest dog contest is an event that happens annually, yearly, every year, or each year. You choose one of these words here, okay? And draws attention to. So let's look at draws attention to. You can say raises awareness for. Now pay attention to that. You have to use the word for. You can't use to with awareness. Advocates for, promotes. Promotes is a great word to use because you don't need a preposition. Brings attention to or focuses on Canines, and we know canines are dogs, that may not fit. So just this word fit here, you can say match, align with, or correspond to conventional beauty standards. The antonyms of fit would be differ from, clash with, or contrast with conventional beauty standards. So let's finish this and then we will go back and talk about the rewording. The word standards, a standard is something that is normal. So normal is the adjective, the noun is norms. You can see I wrote norms here, or criteria. So standards, norms, criteria. The antonyms are deviations, anomalies, irregularities, and exceptions, okay? Those are the antonyms. Now, this is underlined because we can just read through. Let's start from two, okay? So, two canines that aren't conventionally beautiful, but are undeniably charming, okay? Or two canines that aren't regarded as beautiful, but are undeniably charming. Or two canines that may not conform to typical beauty standards, but are undeniably. So if something is undeniable, you have to say that it's true. I wrote definitely, absolutely, certainly, and surely. The antonyms I put under the word. That's why I use parentheses. Arguably, doubtfully, possibly, charming. So they are saying, hey, these dogs are ugly, but they're charming too, in some cute ways. So charming, endearing, lovable, appealing, pleasant, delightful. The antonyms are off-putting, which means you don't like it, disconcerting, and repelling. Traditionally or usually held. So if something is held, it's hosted or done. So normally this is held in Petaluma, California. Let's read this through and we'll talk about the rewording. Traditionally held in Petaluma, California, the contest. So, and again, contest is in green because we had it up here. But I reworded all of this. The contest, traditionally held in California, has become popular all over the world. That's how you read this through. So when you're looking at this, traditionally held in California, this is all like one big adjective, okay? And that's why when I reworded it, and let me put that back, I could say the contest, traditionally held in California, has become popular all over the world. It's like if I say, you watch my videos to learn English. I could add, after the word you, I could add, you, an English learner, are watching my videos to learn English, okay? So all of this right here, traditionally held in California, it's just one big adjective to talk about contest. Maybe that will help you understand the grammar a little better and why I can reword it this way, okay? Let's just read this through. Traditionally held in Petaluma, California, the contest has become popular, well-liked, or trendy all over the world, globally, internationally, everywhere. So these are all adverbs. Even inspiring. So if you inspire someone, you make them want to do something. Motivating, influencing. The antonym is discouraging. Similar or copycat events in other countries or nations. But you can see this is underlined. Let's read it through. Let's start from popular. So popular all over the world, even making other countries want to host similar events. So normally they do this in America, they do it in California, but you can see here the UK is doing it now too because they think it's pretty cool. They think, hey, we can have an ugly dog contest and this will be a fun thing for the people. So let's come down here to including. You can say such as or like. The UK. So the UK, the United Kingdom, Britain, or England. So when you write Britain or England, do not use the. The competition or contest aims, intends, seeks, or is trying to celebrate, recognize, acknowledge, or pay tribute to. But this is underlined, so let's read from the. The goal, purpose, aim, or objective, so choose one of these nouns. Let's just use the goal for now. The goal of the competition is to celebrate the unique beauty of dogs often overlooked by potential adopters, or the competition has the goal of celebrating the unique beauty of dogs. Often. Come down here to often. You can say usually or commonly. The antonyms are rarely or seldom. Overlooked. If you overlook something, you don't really pay attention to it, okay? Disregarded, ignored, dismissed. The antonyms are noticed, recognized, or acknowledged. Because if someone sees an ugly dog, they normally don't acknowledge it. They think it's not really worth their time. So this contest wants you to pay attention to these ugly dogs. By potential adopters. So adopters are people who want to take the dogs home with them and give them a home. Let's see how we can reword it though. By people who might want to adopt them as the ugly dogs, or by people who might want to give them, the dogs, a home, or by people who are considering means thinking about, adoption. So you can see there are a few ways we can reword this. Let's move on to paragraph 2. In 2023, the title went to a remarkable mixed breed dog named Peggy, who won the hearts of judges and spectators alike. With her distinct appearance, Peggy embodied the spirit of the contest. What makes her story even more intriguing is her connection to popular culture. Peggy was featured in the film Deadpool 3, making a memorable appearance alongside Ryan Reynolds. Her victory not only spotlighted her unusual looks, but also emphasized the charm of dogs that may not conform to typical beauty standards. Let's come back. In 2023, the title is the honor, award, label, or designation. Went to a remarkable. So remarkable, notable, extraordinary, impressive, striking, memorable, outstanding, exceptional. The antonyms are ordinary, common, typical, average, unremarkable. If I put that prefix un before the word, you have the antonym. Mixed breed. So a mixed breed dog is when you take two different dogs and they have a baby, it would be a mixed breed. Like if you have a Labrador and a Golden Retriever and they have a baby, that's a mixed dog. So mixed breed here, you can say crossbreed, hybrid, or mutt. The antonyms are purebred or full-blooded. Dog named, called, or known as Peggy, who won the hearts of. So won the hearts of, captured the attention of, gained the admiration of. The antonyms would be failed to impress judges, or lost favor with judges, or I can say alienated. See, I could just use a one-word antonym here. I could say Peggy, who alienated judges, which means they were sickened or repulsed by the dog. But they loved the dog. They gave the dog the #1 award. So judges, you can say evaluators or assessors. And spectators. So spectators are the people who come to the dog show and watch. You can say audience members, bystanders, or onlookers. Alike. Now this word alike is special, and I put an asterisk here because it is a synonym, but you have to put the word both in a different place. I can't say who won the hearts of judges and spectators both. I would have to say, in 2023, the title went to a remarkable mixed breed dog named Peggy, who won the hearts of both judges and spectators. So the word both has to go after of and before judges if you want to use it. This is the grammar you have to watch for with English. Sometimes it is not so easy. It can be very complicated. With her distinct, remember distinct means unusual, appearance or looks, the way the dog looks, Peggy embodied. So embodied, you can say personified or epitomized the spirit, the soul, nature, or essence of the contest. That means they looked at this dog and they were like, hey, this dog is perfect. This is the dog we want to win this contest. Let's come back here to Peggy. So Peggy, truly captured the essence of the contest, or Peggy perfectly represented what the contest stands for. Last one, Peggy was the perfect example of the contest's spirit. So all of these we can plug in and change the sentence and have a perfect rewording. What makes her story or tale? Let's come here to what again. So what causes her story to be even more, so more, the antonym is less, intriguing. Now, if something is intriguing, you can say it's interesting, captivating, or fascinating. The antonym is boring. Is her connection to? So connection to, you can say link to, you can say association with, or relationship with popular culture. Popular culture are the things we care about, like music, TV shows, movies. So you can just say pop culture or mainstream culture, okay? The dog was in the movie Deadpool, which they will talk about here. So it says Peggy was featured. Let's look at this. Peggy appeared in the film, or Peggy acted in the film. Peggy was cast, was showcased, or was used in the film, Deadpool 3. Now, I underlined it because we could also write this other ways. I can say Peggy had a role in the film, Peggy was a character in, or Peggy played a part in the film. And just remember, you have the word was here. That's why all of my verbs are in the past. Had, was, played. You have to stay in the past with your verbs if you are going to reword sentences, okay? Let's come over here to film. So film, you can say motion picture or movie. Deadpool 3. Making or delivering a memorable, indelible, unforgettable, the antonym is forgettable, appearance. See, this is the second time we had appearance here, but when you use appearance in this sentence, it means role or cameo because the dog was in the movie. But if you come up here, appearance could be the way you look. Like I can say the dog has a funny or goofy appearance, and I'm talking about the way it looks. But here, if I say the dog had an appearance in the movie, that means the dog showed up in the movie and had a role or cameo. But this is underlined. Let's read it. In the film Deadpool 3, sharing the screen alongside Ryan Reynolds, or showcasing her acting ability alongside Ryan Reynolds. Last one, leaving a lasting impression alongside Ryan Reynolds. Now come over here to alongside. We can say next to, or we can say with Ryan Reynolds. Her victory, triumph, or win, the antonym is loss, not only spotlighted, so spotlighted, brought attention to. Her unusual, so unusual, odd, strange, weird. The antonyms are standard, typical, common, okay? Looks. The looks is the appearance. Now, I know I have it in green and we already talked about it, but this is what I was worried about, right? Because we have appearance here and we have appearance here. Here it means looks. It does not mean role or cameo, okay? So I think it's important you know how the word is being used here when they say looks, because up here I wrote looks, okay? But also, so also the synonyms are to and as well, but you can see I have asterisk here because you have to put these words in a different place, just like we had to do earlier with the word, now I can't find it, alike, right? Alike, you had the word both, but you had to use the word both after of. So if I want to use the words to or as well, they would have to go at the end of the sentence. I would have to read, her victory not only spotlighted her unusual looks, but emphasized the charm of dogs that may not conform to typical beauty standards to or as well. That's how you'd have to use them. That's how you'd have to use these synonyms, okay? So let's come over here to emphasized. You can say highlighted, stressed, brought attention to. The antonym is downplayed, which means it's not as strongly talked about, okay? The charm or beauty of dogs that may not conform to, so conform to, agree with, fit in with, or follow. The antonyms would be diverge from, defy, differ from, and differ is the verb, the adjective is different, but if I want to use different, I need the be verb, be. Be different than typical beauty standards. So now you can see the synonyms and antonyms to write this sentence. Let's finish this story. Paragraph 3. The world's ugliest dog contest is more than just a competition. It also aims to raise awareness for animal adoption. Many of the dogs that participate come from shelters, highlighting the significance of giving homes to animals in need. In a world often focused on conventional beauty, this contest embraces individuality and celebrates the lovable quirks of our furry friends, encouraging people to appreciate and adopt pets that may be considered different. So let's come back here. The world's ugliest dog contest is more than just, merely, simply, only a competition. It's more than a game. It also aims to raise awareness for animal adoption. So they want to help the dogs get adopted. So animal adoption, we can reword this and say adopting animals or giving needy animals a home. Many of, a lot of, lots of, tons of, or a ton of the dogs. The antonyms would be a few of or a couple of the dogs that participate. So participate, because my noun is dogs, I have to use are in the contest or compete in the contest, come from shelters. So shelters, animal care facilities. These are places that will take care of the dogs. And maybe if someone doesn't adopt them, sometimes they have to put the dogs down or kill them. Highlighting or emphasizing, and we had this earlier, right? Yeah, emphasized, we wrote highlighted, but now you can see we have ing, so I have to use ing on my synonym. The significance, the importance or value. The antonyms would be insignificance and triviality of giving homes to. So giving homes to. This is why you want to improve your vocabulary. We can just say one word, adopting. Highlighting the significance of adopting animals in need or pets in need. Now this is reworded. Significance of giving homes to needy animals or significance of giving homes to animals who need care. In a world or on a planet often focused on conventional beauty, this contest embraces, accepts, welcomes, cherishes, appreciates. The antonyms would be rejects, repudiates, avoids, stays away from, or keeps away from individuality. So they want to celebrate that these dogs are different, and some of them look kind of ugly, but they think that's a good thing. I mean, look at the picture here. And if you saw Deadpool 3, you know all about this dog. So individuality, uniqueness, distinctness, character. The antonyms would be conformity, uniformity, or sameness, and celebrates the lovable quirks. So the quirks, under the word quirks, I wrote weird things to help you understand the word. This dog has a quirk, and if you look at the picture up here, this is a better way to understand what a quirk is. The tongue is always hanging out of its mouth. That's a quirk. So some dogs, they will chase their tail. They will run in a circle and try to catch their tail. That could be a quirk. It's just something funny or weird the animal might do, okay? So let's come back here to quirks. You can say antics or oddities of our furry or hairy. Now, hairy is not a synonym. We use this word for people. We can say people are hairy, but animals are furry. Friends. Of course, we are talking about our pets here. Pals, buddies, companions. The antonyms would be enemies, foes, adversaries. Encouraging. So encouraging, you can say trying to convince, trying to persuade, or you can just say pushing. The goal of this contest is to push people to adopt this dog. So if you adopted this dog after the contest, I guess you could tell all your friends, hey, I have the ugliest dog in the world, and you can be proud of that dog, right? Come here to people. You can say individuals. To appreciate. and adopt. So adopt, take home or give homes to pets that may or might be considered, regarded as, viewed as, thought of as, or we can just say deemed different, okay? Thank you for reading with me. I hope you enjoyed this article.